Well, people, another headline gala feature and another film that really holds up to the hype. I think it holds up to the hype. I think there was hype. Anyway, the anticipation, maybe, let's say that, right? Because I was definitely looking forward to this one. And I'm talking about Maestro. Dum, 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 dum. Yes, people, the new Netflix joint, right? The big biopic on Leonard Bernstein. It's directed by Bradley Cooper, who also writes the story with Josh Singer, right? The film is produced by we've got Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese, Christy Makosko Krieger, Amy Durning, Bradley Cooper, and Fred Berner. It's executive produced by Tracy Landon, Weston Middleton, Carla Raj, and Robert S. William Jr. Line produced by Gianni Modder. Matthew Labique is on cinematography. Michelle Tesoro edits the piece. Shayna Markowitz handles the casting duties. Kevin Thompson is on production design. Art direction is Andrew Auckland Snow, Ryan Heck, Deborah Jensen, and Ellie Jones. While set decoration is Liz Ainley and Rena D'Angelo. And Mark Bridges handles costume design. So our cast, well, he writes, he directs, he produces, and Bradley Cooper also stars as Leonard Bernstein. Carey Mulligan plays his wife, Felicia Montenegro. Oh gosh, my mind just went blank. What is it? She's got a longer name. It's like Montiago Conte, something like that. Anyway, but yeah, fantastic performance, people. We've got Maya Hawke as their daughter Jamie Bernstein. Michael Urie is Jerome Robbins. Sarah Silverson is Bernstein's sister Shirley. Right? Because he's got another daughter, Nina. I can't see. Yeah, because he's got a daughter and a son. Which do not seem to be listed, which is always a very odd situation. Okay. Miriam Shaw plays Cynthia O'Neill. Alexa Swinton is the older version of Nina Bernstein. So that's the other daughter. Brian Klugman is Aaron Copland. Gideon Glick is Tommy Coffran. Sarah Sanderson is Lily Hart. James Custy Moya is Georgie. Kate Eastman is Ellen Alder. Sam Nivola is Bernstein's son, Alexander. Right. Eric Parkinson is Klaus. William Hill is Joseph. Yeah, they're probably our main lot of people. Tim Rogan is Dick Hart. Um, yeah, Greg Hildreth is Isaac. Mallory Portnoy is Betty Comden. Brooklyn Rockett is a younger Jamie Bernstein. Right. So, anyway, people, the gist of the story. So, it tells the complex love story of Leonard and Felicia, a story that spans over 30 years from the time they met in 1946 at a party and continuing through 2 engagements, a 25-year marriage, and 3 children, Jamie, Alexander, and Nina. So, yeah, there you go. This is very good. Oh my gosh, it is very frigging good, people. You know, it really weaves a tale, right? It just does. We start off, okay? We start off with Bernstein doing playing and talking to someone. Like, we didn't see it's a camera crew. Right? He's in his latter years. He's an old man. And like, looks, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, is this old footage? Because he looks so, you just think that's no way Bradley Cooper, right? There's no way they can make Bradley Cooper look like that. It was so good. So we have this little clip. Then we like jump to like, he's in bed, the phone goes, picks up the phone, he's got the call, right? He's got a call to conduct, and he's a late replacement, right? He's a late replacement. It's crazy. But yeah, he goes and does it. And we just we see this incredible performance, you know, and but as he's getting up, there's a guy in bed. There's a guy in bed. You have no clue what the situation is because there's a load of other people in the room. But we have him go down, like run down the stairs, and this kind of transitions to him running through the theater. We then have, but it's all overhead, right? We get this overhead view of him running, jumping out of bed, going down the stairs, going further down a corridor. He's in the theater, going up, panning up to the balcony. We see the whole layout, the conductor lectern, and just all of this. It's just a crazy view, right? And sequence, the way it's all shot, which is just, you just be like, yo, okay, all right, this is gonna be something, right? That's the view, and it's all in black and white, right? The opening interview's color, but this is all black and white, so you're fascinated. And we see him just really just perform, right? Perform. It is very vibrant, but I will say that the opening half of this film makes you think, well, make me anyway, think of like a theater production. Right now, partly that is the way these scenes are put together. Right? There's a bit when Bernstein is talking to Felicia at a party, and then suddenly they're in the theater, right? And then they're somewhere else. It's like, they're walking and suddenly they're in this other location. They turn around and they're somewhere else. These crazy transitions, and it reminds you of being on the stage in a theater, and the way, the background will change. Everything will change, and suddenly someone's somewhere else, So you have that. But also, we have people kind of projecting, project, like, don't get me wrong, it's not like they're not acting, but it's this it's very performative, right? Very fast spoken, it's very quick, sharp, boom, 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 boom. It just feels it's very much like that, you know. And so we get to see Felicia and Leonard, in their courting, right? And they are pretty inseparable. They're answering things for each other. They seem to be on the same page with everything, which is crazy. And we don't really see any dalliances from Leonard. So then in the second half of this film, as I think he's even like he's doing big things in the first half, but now he's older, right? Because we jump through different, because as I say, it spans 30 years. So we go through these different time stages. And as he's getting older, then the film transitions to color. And we see these dalliances, right? How he'll be out, they'll be, in a theater listening to music, and he's holding the hand of a guy next to him, right? And they're in public, you know? And Felicia is right there. She's sitting next to him on the other side, and it's things like that. And you kind of look at it and you feel like, it feels that they are moving kind of in slightly different different directions. But as the film transitions like that, we do get more from Felicia, right? So the kind of, focus shifts slightly. It's still on Leonard, but we get this insight into how everything is affecting Felicia. And Jamie and Nina especially as well, which is fascinating, right? And with this change, the film kind of calms down the intensity level, right? Because it's very quick, sharp, manic in that first half. Second half, it feels very intimate, right? We're dealing with all of these things that are going on and, shaking the family unit, while the success of Bernstein is through the roof. So we're seeing these different things, right? And we're getting these comments. Like there's a bit of Thanksgiving, and Nina is like, kind of frantic about this situation with this woman out in public. And Jamie's like, it's not about the woman. She thought you weren't coming. Right? She's very upset the fact that she thought you were going to miss Thanksgiving. Right? And still, even though he's there, he's not really present. Right? But we get different people commenting on different things. So we're seeing these different perspectives on something, right? People's different views and takes on stuff. But yeah, man, Mulligan really shines here. And as the film goes on and we see what's going on with Felicia, the film just becomes even more powerful. Towards the end, we have this incredible music number. Right, Bernstein is performing, conducting this orchestra, and Felicia turns up on the side, and you just see how the music and the vibe ambiance is affecting her, and then how it affects Leonard. And it's just this really incredible scene. And this, like the performances, man, the performances are great. The music, everything is so good. And as the film gets more intimate, right? In that first half where we have these crazy sequences, like the overhead sequence, like the quick transitions in locations and all of that kind of thing, we become more grounded in the approach, but we still have these really good techniques on telling this story, you know. We really do. And it's this funny thing because in the build up there was all the talk about the prosthetic nose, but watching it, the nose doesn't look crazy big, right? I mean, now I will caveat that in the fact that you can't really use my eyesight as a benchmark on anything, right? To someone else, maybe it does look big, right? Me saying it doesn't look big, I don't think that will hold up in court. But, you know, that's not the focus. The focus is on just these performances, the way this story is told, right? We go from black and white to color. But black and white doesn't mean it's dull. It's very vibrant, right? Very vibrant, this first half. You know, so you have all of these elements that come together to give us this just wonderful, wonderful piece of entertainment, people. Yeah, we really do. Now, if you were unable to you know, see it today, right, at the Royal Festival Hall, which, yeah, obviously this had to play at the Royal Festival Hall, right? Bernstein conducting classical music. Where out, like, the only other place you think, the Royal Albert Hall, right? I mean, you could throw it in Cadogan Hall, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, Royal Festival Hall was perfect. So it will be back at the Royal Festival Hall tomorrow, the 10th, but this time it's 11:30, you know? And then we go to Saturday the 14th at 3:15. This time at the View West End. That's the View Leicester Square, people. So yes, it will be hitting there. Now, it will, because you know it's a Netflix film, so it's going to have a limited cinema release come the 22nd of November, and then it will be hitting Netflix on the 20th of December. So if you do not get a chance to see it during the London Film Festival, those are 22nd of November and the 20th of December. It's just over 2 hours, but you don't notice that. You don't notice because it's so compelling, it's so powerful, so vibrant, and just encompassing. Like, this is a fantastic film, people. So yes, definitely check it out, because it's a film with two halves, but those two halves, although very different, very powerful in their own individual ways. So Maestro, people, let it take you over, as you will be amazed.